Alright guys, we are hat hunting today. You're like, what? Hat hunting? The heck's he talking about? So, I gave my last hat, my coyote hat, to my friend Xander, and so I'm in need of a new hat. And my hat just happens to be running around on the back of a coyote, so that's what we're after today. We're trying to get a coyote with a flintlock, and then we're gonna make a new hat out of him, if we can get one. They're pretty sly, not easy to bring within flintlock range, and they're a relatively small target, so I'm gonna have to get them pretty close. Just got our first decent snowfall of the year, so we're out here just gonna set up, do a little calling, and see what happens. And if we can't get one with the flintlock, we may end up setting a few traps and see if we can trap one. I'm hoping I can get one with flintlock and I don't have to fiddle with the traps. So we're just gonna set up here right at the base of this ponderosa pine. We've got a pretty good view of the fields around us, and the wind is kind of crossing, so just keep an eye on that. I think it's a pretty good setup, so the wind's coming from behind me going off that way. And I would expect the coyotes to come from that way, but of course, I mean, they can come from anywhere. They cover all this country. Oh my God, kidding me. Gun didn't go off. Oh my. Dad, it didn't take but 5 minutes, if that. He circled around and cut my track where I came in. Took off. That is one lucky dog. Well, that worked out perfect, except for stinking gun didn't go off. I just forgot to check that flash hole before I came out. But he came in right here and crossed about 100 yards, crossed this little patch of grass and got to within, oh, I don't know, 75 yards or so. And dang it. Lesson learned. Don't happen again. I'm gonna go ahead and just shoot this round and then reload. Dang it. What I started doing was just running a patch down the barrel. You know, if it's been sitting for a while, just running a patch down and making sure everything's good and clean and hasn't had any kind of buildup in there. But I failed to do that this morning and paid the price for it. Alright, we're going to pick up and, I don't know, we'll walk maybe a mile or so and do another set. See if we can't bring another one in. Dang it. Looks like a pretty good place to set up. Clear out some of this brush so I can actually shoot. I like this wind. It'll grass is kind of moving a little bit, so if we move a little bit, it won't be such a big deal. Give this a few more minutes and then we'll take off, go somewhere else. had one come in right here on this fence row, but it was probably 130 yards. It's just a long way for something the size of a coyote. I was hoping I could get him to come in a little farther, but he just turned and walked back in the brush. I think that might have been the same one that I called in previously, because he was acting pretty skittish. All right, let's try somewhere else. Misfire. Just the flint was dull that time, so I sharpened the flint. Oh my god. All right, we're gonna. I don't want to. That coyote's downwind of us, so I don't want to call from here. He'll probably come back in and get downwind of me. So I think I'll go down this way and circle back that way and see what we can do. Maybe bring one in. Who knows? Well, we're back out here for day number 3. Most of our snow has melted off. We're in a different location. I haven't called here before, so there's some coyotes within earshot. I think we got a pretty good chance of them coming in. I think we got a pretty good setup here. Wind's kind of blowing off this way. Big canyon, got a good view. Saw a coyote just on the edge of this field here a couple days ago. Hopefully we can bring something in. I think coyotes are probably one of the most common but commonly misunderstood animals that we have in North America. Coyotes inspire an irrational hatred among so many people, and I've never quite understood that. I like coyotes. They're one of the most adaptable and resilient animals that we have in North America. At world's end, it's going to be cockroaches, mice, and coyotes, and maybe white-tailed deer. But coyotes will be right in there. was a long shot. That was probably 100 yards, but he was getting downwind of me. It was either shoot or he was gonna blow out, so figured I'd try it. Clean miss. Oh, dang it. That's fun though. Let's try another one. Oh. There's a coyote on the ridge. So this coyote's got a pretty nice fur on it. I'm gonna end up doing what they call a case skin on this. So I'll just go from the hock here across to the other side and then up the tail and then just pull the hide off like a sock. We'll go ahead and get started on that. And I'll show you how I get this hide prepped to start the tanning process, and then we'll continue the tanning process in another video. So I'm just going to take my knife and just go from one side to the other, right across the crotch here. So once you get this slit opened up from hock to hock and then up the tail, you really don't need the knife anymore until you get up around the chest and especially the head and neck. You can just pull everything off by hand, most of it anyway. It's pretty common to run into opposition when it comes to fur trapping or hunting an animal for its fur. But you know, this is what a coyote has to offer. Deer and elk offer their meat, coyote offers their fur. You know, they're just because you're not going to eat an animal doesn't mean that you shouldn't hunt it or utilize it. So we'll just start fleshing this hide, and a lot of these furs are very thin. They're much thinner than a deer hide, so you got to be careful when you're getting the flesh off of them. You don't want to knock a hole in them if you can avoid it. This is kind of a big board for a small coyote, but we'll get her on there. All right, we've got our coyote on the board. Now I'm gonna let it dry like this overnight, and then once it dries just a little bit to set that fur, I'll take it off, flip it fur side out, brush the fur out, and then just let it dry on this board. Now, I'm not gonna have time to tan this hide yet this winter, but when we get back to Idaho next spring, I'll start on the bark tanning of this hide, and I'll show you guys how to do the whole process to bark tan with the fur on, and then we'll do something cool with the hide. So if you guys are into stuff like that, and if you've made it this far in this video, I assume you are, go ahead and subscribe if you're not already, because we got more cool stuff coming. And we'll see you on the next one.